We are ready. Are you ready?
Already?
All right, today is Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. It's 2 p.m. The special events committee meeting. And at this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order and to verify a quorum by attendance or roll call. I'll start. During Moyer.
Carly Young,
Yes.
say your
Good.
name.
Good.
Say your name.
I'm TJ. Turn off my phones.
Deb Reed, present. Yeah, and I think we have, Nate on there?
No, we have, that's Nikki, Nikki C. We have nobody online right now.
Okay. We do have a quorum. So, any owners comment at this time? Oh, wait, let's go through the, Marco back. Say
Marco Mesa, Global Objectives.
Chris Work, Town Hall, Parks and Recs.
Austin Iskowitz, Events and Volunteer Manager.
any others comments at this time? I'll say it. At this time, I'd like to adopt the agenda. Are there any, make a motion to adopt the agenda?
Second.
Okay, there we go. Any discussion on any agenda item? Time? Allison, are we gonna talk about the workshop,
Yes,
later?
I was gonna wait for like the closing comments discussion and we can talk about that.
Okay, so, all in favor? Aye. Now we're going to go on the floor, action and discussion items, and, we will, can I have a motion to approve the minutes? Motion to approve. Second, is there any discussion, corrections, or anything? Okay, then all in favor? Aye. Minutes are approved, as written, thank you. Special events updates, take it away, Allison.
All right, so Pet Rescue by Judy has been approved as the Pups and Pints nonprofit for the proceeds to go to.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you for your letter.
So I just got word today that the amount is gonna be 10% of our net profit. That will go directly back to them. So I did do an initial reach out on email. I haven't received a response, so I wanted to wait until I got that percentage before I actually called to offer it to her as well. Some sad news, kind of. Garden State, who has shot our fireworks for 4th of July for the past 17 years, has decided not to renew their licensing in Florida anymore due to the tariffs being too high. Which means we did have to put out an RFP for a new firework company. Unfortunately, also next year is the 250th birthday of the United States. So everybody was booked, but we did get one that has come in, that did go in for approval and was approved by the board. So they are our new fireworks kind of provider. So they're called Pyro Shows. They do the fireworks for the city of Jacksonville, the city of Winter Garden, the city of Oviedo, and the city of Altamont Springs. So they have a nice big variety there. Dronios has been approved by the board as our vendor for the drone show for Founders Day. So they did give us actually a pretty hefty discount as well in exchange for sponsorship. So that was a big help. They are the same company that did the Disneyland Paris drone show. Somebody from the board actually is very familiar with the company and had nothing but good things to say and actually said that they are one of the best in the business. So I think we are golden there. And then last but not least, we did order new balloon lights that Croa owns now. So we no longer will have to rent them. We actually, again, saw these at Universal. They were using it for one of their events. So we ordered 3 of those and they should be delivered any day now. So we'll be able to at least light up Lakeside a little better as well. And that's all I have for the updates.
Are those the pumpkin lights you're talking about? I mean, not pumpkin, lights.
They're like the ones that are on the stick that have the, and they can actually change color. We can make them any color that we want them to be.
Any other thoughts or comments? Okay, moving right along. we're gonna go through past events. We'll start with the Swoopy story.
All right, so we had 3,100 people in attendance. Last year was 2,300, so we jumped quite a bit. The amount of positive feedback that we did receive was truly overwhelming. I know it took us by surprise just because everybody just loved what we had to offer. The costume contest got a little funky in there because we didn't realize that the sound technicians were closing the entire side that the contestants were supposed to get off the stage from. And we were told they could not move once we asked them to. So we just kind of had to improvise a little bit, but obviously we did it. And the corrals worked really well for us as well. Have them, turned exit?
I honestly, we should do that because we didn't lose any kids over there.
Yeah,
We didn't lose any.
that's true.
They went over, I mean, some of the ones that have done it every year kept going.
Yeah,
And going, but almost going and coming back so their parents could take them
Mhm.
off the stage.
yeah.
Think about that, which way you want to do it.
And it was also really helpful to have, because myself was up there and so was Nikki too. So it was like, I would take it and then send the kid to the next staff member who would then take them back. So it ended up working out really well, I think. Paddles worked well, yeah. M80s were an absolute hit. Everybody loved them. The survey that went out, I mean, there was not a single person that didn't say something amazing about the M80s. A lot of them actually said that they weren't aware that the M80s was also command performers. So had they known that, but unfortunately we're not allowed to say that that's who they are. So that's just kind of the little kind of imprint on that end. But somebody did give us the feedback that maybe having the bands go on right at the start of the events might be a little setback for them in the sense of there's nobody out there. So somebody did say maybe have them start a little after the event to build up the crowd. But that was just kind of taken from the survey for feedback for that.
The crowd build,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you have to go there?
Mhm.
People came in and out of the whole event, and they were just so good, and the adult part was it was so good to put the adults over
Mhm.
there, and then all the kid families and everything are on the other side. I think it works out super.
I agree.
Yeah. And people understood that too. There was a lot of, I love the separation
Yes,
between the
yeah.
kids area. And so it really was good. The only thing people said that they missed was the pumpkin patch. So we got, I mean, every response was bring back the pumpkins. So we might want to think about bringing that back, but hey, we tried it. Mhm.
Where there is, the lights in the park kind of go like out, but we need, more like this, but I'm thinking if you have this pump, I thought the golf thing, a lot of people like that.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people did.
And I think it was good advertising for them, even
Mhm.
though, I don't know how many kids can play down there, but it's so
It
dark.
was packed.
So next event, we
Mhm.
knew that we could go down there, that would be a perfect place to put those, like you call them.
Balloon lights. You're still in the Halloween.
They would look like pumpkins at, before, but I think having lighting down there, it's just dark, it's a park that's still dark.
Mhm. It is.
Seems like it got darker. But I'll have to say too, is that we've really made this from just a kid event to an all people event,
Yeah.
Because in the previous years, it was really geared just towards the kids. And now we got both people,
And that's kind of the goal for everything too, even Holiday Fest, we've got that coming up. So
The cotton candy was superb. The only thing is, I felt bad for them because there was only one, and they told me that they were bringing the second one to the holiday events. Is that, yeah, because
Yeah.
we'll have another one, because even though everybody was okay standing in line, I was canvassing the kids with the parents that were standing there saying, so are you enjoying yourself? What did you like about this? Since I was waiting in line to get some, I haven't had it for like 4 years. So I thought, just talk to them, and see how they're doing. And everybody just couldn't say anything nicer about it. No one got a negative comment about it.
Yeah, and the trick or treating went really well this year too. They were never out of candy, which was awesome. We had like maybe a box left, but we're gonna use that obviously for some more upcoming events. But yeah, it was awesome.
Also, I think too, that there was a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it a dead zone, but it was a dead zone because she didn't come till a little later, but
Yeah.
then she donated. to it. But I was thinking maybe in that same area to try to offset first, maybe not, if she, if it was that super to maybe right back.
Mhm.
But I was thinking maybe do a snow cone too, but so that.
Yeah,
Think, you know, it was a little warm, so it would be.
yeah,
But then just to put those two together, and you know, be that other guy, the ice guy.
the freeze your brain, yeah.
That ice guy or something,
So they wine list,
Mhm.
just the wine list.
yeah, something like that right there, those, that little pocket.
Yeah, I do know, because she didn't show up until about like 6:35. And no matter how many times you try to tell people that have not been to an event and celebration, you go, you got to get here early and on time. You're gonna be stressed with parking, X, Y, and Z. And she, didn't believe me, and she was like, you were right. So I think I stressed it, that it's really important for this next one for Holiday Fest, that she is on time and early. So that way we don't have as much of a dead zone like that again.
Right. Understanding concert.
So there was surprisingly only 516 in attendance, which again, last year there was 863. So pretty low. However, the lawn was completely packed the whole time. I mean, the Evolution Motown they put on quite the show. It was good. Everybody was out of their seats dancing. They loved having it, the town tavern there to do all of the alcohol portion. I think as staff, the only thing that was a little challenging was the food, because yes, it was a great idea. But man, that was hard to kind of manage, in the sense of we had 800 boxes that we had to put up, like pop up and then stuff ourselves, and then also transport back and forth. And that was really, really hard. But however, we got a lot of praise for having some gluten-free options for cookies, as well as the actual wraps. And those actually went those ones went first over any other sub, because when we said we had gluten-free, they were like, oh, okay. So I do know, at least when you don't have a food truck option, that's good that you can kind of tailor it to the dietary restrictions that we do have. So those are kind of the toss-ups. Obviously, next year we don't have to worry about it because it's going to be downtown, but for the years to come, we just have to remember that.
Do you think, just because it's fresh in your mind, do you think that? And anybody that was there, 'cause sometimes we do the catered events, like, I'm gonna just throw out like the barbecue plate,
Mhm.
them serve, not us. Do you think versus the sandwich thing, do you think? And it doesn't have to be a tremendous amount of options, they could do like a slider, corn on the cob or something, like the same type of thing. Cause I was thinking, what you're saying is that it's a lot to put together for our group or staff or whatever that's very small. So rather than a food truck, which oftentimes get backed up, like, do you think something like, that?
Like Premier Catering or something to actually do the serving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great too.
Then they're putting tacos together and,
Mhm.
so I think the benefit is having something pre-prepared that people can just grab.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So it's-
rather than that's what it-
Right.
Yeah.
Rather than-
I think the attendance was a little lower too, because no one knew they were getting food. And I understand, because it's like a double-edged sword here, if you go,
Tell them,
I would mind it, I mean, you probably should have maybe said, to the first 800 that show up, you get a sandwich and cookies, because then you're spelling out that, yes, we're gonna have something just as a thank you.
Mhm.
Because without telling them, I know a lot of people just said, oh, they're not gonna have anything.
Like a
Right.
box lunch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Even if you say the first 500.
yeah, if you tell how many, then you don't get in trouble for having to.
Right. Yeah, I do know we did post it saying the first 800 residents but we weren't specific to exactly what they were getting. We just said that they were getting something extra special. So we'll make sure next time we kind of spell it out versus kind of,
I
In
think
between the
that's
lines.
because Evolution was the best they've ever been.
Yeah, they were great.
yeah,
They were great.
really good.
Yeah.
And we still have to fix the problem coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
They didn't know where their faces going.
Hmm.
And the only way, I guess, is having a spotlight. You have to have someone on a spotlight. Because, the thing is, that stage is rounded and the overhang is straight. And when they go off the overhang is when they go into darkness.
Yeah,
There's some sort of not to go past the line because they.
we tell them, because I mean, it's the craft that's in, yeah. And then it's like they're on adrenaline too, that they just don't pay attention to it.
They had a lot of lighting. I didn't see that happen.
Yeah, they had
They didn't go-
They didn't come up.
Yeah.
where the yellow circle was that we put, because we mentioned it to them as well, like if you go past here, you're gonna be completely in the dark. What we can do, because we do have small lighting, like we've got the light tower things that have like the 4 bars on it. We could start bringing those to kind of maybe position down in the grass so that it shines and illuminates maybe the front ends of it. But it's also, I mean, we can, when we keep continuing with talking about the lighting on the lawn, I think that might be something also to bring up to them of saying, what can we do to illuminate the whole stage versus not, that first little bit to the drop off.
The M80s, they didn't go, when he did come off on this, he went off the stage.
Mhm.
So of course, he's gonna be in the dark, but,
Yeah.
but like, they just came up stage and again, they were in,
Mhm.
and it just, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Anything else? Then, go on to veterans program.
Yeah, so the same amount of groups that participated last year also participated this year. It was the same exact 8 groups. The attendance for the ceremony was pretty low as well. We were at 181. Thankfully, though, that we did have some extra room in the budget, so we were able to get the company from last year that set up the 250 chairs. They did come out and set those up previously as well, so that way that helped a lot, but that's kind of the only reason why we know the actual attendance from that ceremony. But it was beautiful as always. And
This
the
year, should you pre-set up?
250. We gave away some American flag pins. We gave away some fans, and then the programs were out there as well as free small water bottles.
Anybody else? Okay. All right, so let's move on to D, the holiday fest.
All right, so I do want to go over the diagram, kind of like what I did before with Spooky Soiree, to just show you kind of what we have going on. Okay. All right, we'll start here. So we've got the 2 food trucks at the entrance. We'll talk about this in as soon as I give you this rundown regarding guest policy. We'll touch on that in a second, but we'll have the 2 sides. We've got the 2 food trucks. We've got a crate food truck. They've been here before, and then we also have the pizza food truck again. And then that front section will stay as the sponsor zone. Advent Health has sponsored the snow zone. And then Orange Slice Properties had so much fun at Spooky that they wanted to also sponsor this event. So we've got them again, and they usually bring like a kid's craft as well. And then Mattamy Homes, or not Mattamy Homes, Stanica is the other annual sponsor. Right at the front, this area, we're gonna have that big inflatable snow globe that the people can go inside to take those photos. So that'll be a nice little photo op. We have the giant igloo that's gonna get delivered. They're gonna build it at like 1 o'clock on the 5th. They come from Miami, so they will be in a freight truck with it. They're gonna start building it off here to the side. They are bringing some light up glow cubes to sit, as well as some tables and some high-rise tables. So I did cut the amount of tables that we do put out additionally, since they're going to be providing what was kind of missing from this number. Jess's Lemonade is also still coming, so she'll be selling hot chocolate and some fun icy snow type of drinks out here. We have rotating on the main stage, we have Slay and Freedap. So Slay will perform every hour, so it'll be 6, 7, and 8. And then Freedaps will be in between on the 30, so 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. We're gonna be having some giveaways, as well as Celebrationopoly will be here. Scoops is selling along with that cotton candy. So as we mentioned, we'll make sure that we post this very specifically, that the first 250 residents will receive free cotton candy. And we have a cotton candy girl that's dressed as like a snow queen, where the cotton candy sticks are bagged and they're actually on her dress. So I'll probably be there with her collecting the tickets, and they get to choose the cotton candy off of the girl's dress. And then we'll have that giant winter maze out here on the basketball court, the craft / giveaway. So we do have still some of those light up icicle wands from like a while ago that you guys had. So we found those. And then we have like some bagged crafts that we can give away as well. Then we can start we just put some light fixtures out here so we can kind of stagger the balloon lights. We have a snow inflatable, we have a toboggan racer, and a Christmas tree bounce that will all be down here as well. And then we have X Factor as well as DJ Bubbles down at the end. We are going to be putting a lot of inflatables all around the rotunda here. So that way it can be almost like a photo op opportunity with all the inflatables. DJ Bubbles will be out here controlling the snow moments with Advent Health. And then X Factor is doing some dancing in between the snow moments as well. So a little bit of, everything going on.
To say the X Factor group at the spooky story really kept that place humming over there.
That they did.
Oh, Scott. My question though is, do those tall things, those are where the new lights, should the new lights be back there in the back?
That was just, these aren't the precise location areas. Like we have 3 of them. So one, I'm assuming, is gonna go up here. We actually have a meeting with Steven Bubbles, DJ Bubbles, tomorrow to discuss what our options are for him to add additional lighting, because his lighting will illuminate the snow to look more like flurries as it is. So we're gonna walk through it and see what's kind of the best option for his stuff, as well as putting our balloon lights there too.
But I'm saying is back there on the circle where it's really dark, so there's a bunch of bounce houses there. Right?
No,
It'll be inflatable.
Christmas inflatables,
Oh,
like what you'd put in your lawn.
And that's, okay.
Yeah, all the inflatables will keep here.
You want to see it?
Yeah.
Are they lit up like, most of the inflatables are lit.
Yeah, they're inside. Yeah, I thought you were talking about other.
Yeah.
And the other thing that people weren't wild about that smoke. The smoke with Mr. Bubbles.
Oh, the fog, because it was, yeah, he's not bringing this, yeah, he's not bringing fog. Yeah, it's just the snow.
Okay, that's all. I don't have anything.
Perfect. So that's where kind of now we can discuss the guest policy. I know this is something we touched on when we had first brought up the spooky soiree stuff. I think, so we actually made $635 off of the guest tickets from Spooky. I think it would be almost the same amount of people for Holiday Fest. Now, the only thing would be, obviously, if we vote today saying, yes, we want to do the same policy that we did for Spooky for Holiday Fest, it'll go to the board for approval, but that's not until the end of this month where that could go through, which is cutting it close to posting it and allowing people the opportunity to get it beforehand. I mean, we can push it on social as well as like the flash if it does go through with the board for their approval on it to get it up and running. People will still do it at the gate and buy those tickets at the gate, but as long as we do our due diligence at like putting it out there and making sure that everybody's aware that we're doing this policy again, I think it'll be okay. However, I just wanted you guys to talk about it, to decide if you want to do it and try to see if the policy works for Holiday Fest like it did for Spooky Soiree. That's kind of up to you.
Deb, you were.
Yeah, first of all, I'm all about consistency, so I think that if we do it, it should be the same. I also think the fact that there's a little time issue there, I'm remembering more people were doing it like right there than they were prepared ahead of time for tickets. It just seemed like, they're like, oh, okay, we're going to get over here, so maybe that won't be such a big deal. So I think it's good to keep.
The way you crowd them in works
Right.
pretty smooth.
Yeah,
I was walking around with a little megaphone. If you have your guests come over here,
Yeah.
if you're without a guest, come over here. And then we had the A-frames that were lit up. It was surprisingly very smooth. So I'm all for it.
I know there were a few issues with the kids and the IDs.
well, that's more IDs and, people like, oh, this is my dad on the phone, and we just really reiterated, the parents need to be with you. If you're, to show your resident, if you don't have your resident, pass.
Did you get any negative feedback about that?
No, nothing.
It was mostly, I have to say, like middle school.
Yeah.
kids, there were like hordes of them.
A lot of times
Then
they
you figure out a way to go get a parent,
Yeah.
get them in, and so.
Yeah.
It's kind of holding on in the beginning and saying, sorry, you can't get in without your parents.
Mhm.
I think it shows we're trying to help, like you said, quality control, we're
Yeah.
trying to be, safety. Part of it's kind of a safety thing to come in and do something and then get hurt and said, hey. Whatever, so,
The parents weren't mad. This was the kids trying to get in that were like
and
frustrated.
if they get real frustrated, they'll find a way.
That one back, I think he's told me his money was something, he probably wasn't his mother. Some people, they're trying to be,
Well, so do you want us to vote?
Yes, please.
Okay, I make a motion that we can keep with the same guest policy we have for the street soiree. You have a second?
Second.
Any more further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, here we go. So we'll go to the board.
Yes, it will.
Thank you, guys.
All right, so 4 top tables have officially completely sold out. So there are no more 4 tops. We have 19 6 tops left as of, actually 18, somebody bought it this morning. I do want to discuss the food and bar option for this.
No, me, how many of these you have?
23 4 tops, 34. I can look, I have it marked on here. I want to say 34 of the other ones. 29 and 8.
That seems low.
18, 19, 20. I changed that number. So 23 and 29.
That seems.
That was based off of the one from the previous year at Lakeside because all the pull back is the open seating.
That just seems super low. I thought we had like 40 of the 4 tops.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the 6 tops sold better that year that you had it, so maybe that was why. We did say that,
Do you have the map?
yeah,
cold.
A lot of people didn't know we didn't even add tickets because it's so cold.
so this would be, so it's, yeah, 22 rounds, 35 rectangles, there we go.
Did I get?
35 rectangles, 22 round tables.
I guess maybe I'm thinking too, if we had it up here. Math.
Yeah, I know, the diagram looked very different
Okay,
from
so 23, 29, I'm just thinking of tablecloths too. We have
35 and 22.
35.
Yeah, 35 rectangles, 22 rounds.
Maybe if it looks like the 6s aren't selling at all, you should dump in more, pull some of the sixes out, like in the
And make
back or
another
something,
4 round.
and throw it around, it might capture more people.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could do that in the back where you have.
yeah, like in between here.
Yes.
Yeah. Are we okay not having much of an option for open seating then? If we add,
Oh, no.
okay. Then I'm okay with
No
that.
matter what you do, there's gonna be people looking. You know.
Absolutely.
I paid for my seats and I had extra seats because nobody wanted to come with me.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, can I have this chair? I go, no, I don't. I go on the ground, just, give you your chair. I go, I paid for that chair.
No, that's.
Yeah.
Stealing.
We did also, we ordered the ornaments already, yeah.
Mhm.
So those are ordered with that 30th logo on it, so everybody at the tables, there's, I think we did 325, so we just have to make sure that we don't go above.
Would you?
That number.
Maybe you want to just go with the plans and stuff, four tops as she's saying. Debbie's saying, and everybody, then go with the, take out those last, those back.
This back.
Go all around back there.
Yeah, I do know, so this is all the people, these are people's tables that they chose, so there are a few that are back there.
The two. Like the two there, and then just the two on.
Oh, yeah, I see these two and these two.
Yeah, like those rounds.
Yeah, I can do that.
I think that will, might be just perfect.
Yeah, we can do that, so that's adding.
You know, that show is so good.
People don't know, remembering what happened.
So,
I think when we promote it, can we please put the pictures of people?
Yes, yeah, so honestly, that little snippet video that I posted for them when we released the information, that's when everybody went and snagged up those 4 top tables. They are supposed to be sending me some stock images that we're actually gonna put on the actual flyer itself, but we're gonna keep the socials going with their photos of what's going on. Because again, we really want to make sure it's known that they are custom building this set just for our stage at Lakeside. So that's important, and I feel like enough to sell even more. So I think just really pushing the originality of it is gonna be a big one and a big seller that I think people will start, because there are still people that are like, who is it? We don't know. Who is Noir Productions, you know?
Give them a name, it doesn't mean anything.
Right, yeah, exactly. If you're told Noir Production, you're like, okay, cool, but what is that, you know?
So maybe say on the social thing, you
Mhm.
can put a video.
Yeah, I already did. So yeah, it's like a 30-second. That would be a Jen question. I don't know if videos, I mean, I'm sure a link to a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'll talk to her and see what's possible.
Put it, if you can, put a picture and a link.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, do that. I think that, that might sell the rest of those tables.
Great idea. So then let's discuss the food and bar option. I know in the past you mentioned there were servers, there were, the catered food from other places. So I just kind of wanted to see where your heads were at on what you're thinking you might want for this one.
People did it last week. Had a great system.
Mhm.
They, put in your order, they gave you a thing, you put it on your table, they came and delivered it to you. It was just,
Do you remember who, I can look it up, but I just figured.
was it Encore?
No, whoever there's.
Oh, something that.
Like the people that we used last year for the concert.
Did you get somebody?
Yeah.
I know here, yes.
Something there. Yes. Whoever.
I mean, the food was good too, and they like gave you so many fries, but it was great when you just went out, bought, paid, sat down, and they delivered it.
And if they drink.
You didn't have to wait for it. No, I'm just saying, it's the way it worked was great.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Was they happy to be here?
Do what?
Was the vendor happy to be here? And we happy with
I believe.
I haven't, yeah, I have no idea, because I don't even know who it is. But I mean, I'm sure they'd be happy to come in.
Did, too, didn't they?
I think they had one.
Yeah, I think so.
So they handled it all.
Was separated.
Yeah, I think they did.
Okay,
So you can.
I'll price it out. Mm-hmm.
I have fins is who.
Fins,
Yeah.
Fins, that's it. I'll ask them for a quote for both to see what it comes out to, and then if it's one of those things where we can remove the bar from them and maybe again ask Susan, that will probably save us a lot of money too, because she doesn't charge us to be the bar. So I'll look into that and get back to you. As far as like centerpieces and stuff, obviously I know every chair is essentially gonna have one of those ornaments. What would you like in the very center of the tables? And what tablecloths do we use for this? Sorry, lots of questions. We only have the line like green apple green. We do have a lot of red.
Well, the ornaments.
White might get dirty.
But why not?
Red and black.
Red and black.
Red and black would be pretty. That goes along with like their theme as well with the reds and, okay.
Do we have centerpieces we use?
I think I definitely have enough if we wanted to use those little crystal things, but that's kind of.
Cause we'll have, since essentially what I've been doing is everybody that buys a table, I reach out with the diagram and say, pick your number. If they don't respond within like a week or something, I'll do another email to them. But if not, I just go off of what their table selection was when they registered. So all of them will have in the center of the table, the last name and the table number. Because I did post for some volunteers to help us with ushering people to their tables. So I know that'll help them visually. So if there's something that maybe can light up the name and the numbers.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm just jumping around, but I was just gonna say, I thought last year when we had it up here and we had the flashy blinky snowflakes that were in the things and you walked in, I thought they just set a whole tone and everything. So if we could even like, and then they're doing red and black, and if we do red and black, what if we get like this little red and black, like the Santa, I wanna say the Santa buckle red can, like black Santa buckle. And
I
then
know what you're saying.
like candy, two flashing blinky candy canes in it, you know, and, yeah, so
Mhm.
whether, no, like.
Yeah, I know it. I know where you're going with
You
that.
know where the red cans?
Yep.
Okay, so with the black kind of belt and
Mhm.
stick those in there. Now, whether we wanna, you know, stick, something else inside the can, I don't know, but, the can would have to probably be bigger than that, about, like this size. And then,
That's cute.
we could put
That's,
like two candy canes in there and put these light flashing blinky
Yeah.
lights in there. So that when they walk in there, the whole thing is flashing blinky lights.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as, I'm sorry, I probably pulled you off on the ornament thing. My thought, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I think it's important that if you have four chairs, that they should be placed in front of the chair.
Right,
So that they know that goes to each chair gets the ornament.
right.
Okay,
Absolutely.
now what were you saying? Yes.
I was gonna say, let's keep in mind the size of the rounds. If there's 4 chairs per round, and then you're doing the gift per person, then you're doing the centerpiece, there's gotta be room for them to eat and drink.
Yeah.
You're getting a little tight on space at this point.
On the floor.
Uh,
I think so if we go with something small, like about this size, in the center, and then put those in there, even if they take them off, it's okay. And each person's probably gonna take that ornament and put it in their bag.
What if we did the little candle voters that you just click on and you throw in there?
And where
The what?
In the bucket.
people will see them.
You wanna glow, or do you wanna do like battery operated lights?
The flashing blinky lights are battery operated.
Yeah.
And the can, you won't be able to see. through
Yeah, because it's gonna be red.
So
Right.
if it's red, and it's about this big. And
then I said, throw away, get some of those candy canes, throw them in the thing, in the plastic thing.
Yep.
And then stick two, or we only had two last year in each one.
Yeah.
And if they're big enough,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they stand up, you know, this tall, this much out of the can. And look, I'll look and see what they have.
Yeah, we'll do some digging on that too.
I think that
I think that'd be pretty.
it's simple, but it kind of the black and the red goes black and the red, and the thing is kind of like.
Yeah,
Black and the red, it all kind of ties it together.
yeah, I like that.
The
Bucket and round.
Yeah, so we can,
Santolin's are the whole stuff.
yeah, we can just go on, well, we can network that and
Mhm.
pass that around.
That sounds
I
good.
think that,
Well, right now they also have solar colored bulbs. You see those big bulbs and you can hang them or you can sit them up and this part's the solar. And once they're full of sun, they just glow. And you can set them up this way or going this way. We use them for the net for every year.
Yeah, just send it all in.
Yes, send it in fast because we're gonna have to buy this stuff soon. Because in 2 weeks, there'll be no Christmas left.
Yeah.
That's it, there you go.
Christmas, a week.
I'm gonna go back 1 second to, the food, okay? We talked about, that's one option, fit.
Right.
I think we need to talk.
Mhm.
Or how they may not be available.
Yeah.
What is a secondary option, so that you're not just thinking, oh my gosh, now what?
Yeah,
So we can, if we could all be in agreement on that for food, if we don't have a bin.
right. So something that's along the same concept, I guess, is what we would want to go with. I do know, I don't remember if it was Premier Catering or we had like Cocktails Catering. It was one of those kind of catering businesses, where they served, where it was like essentially you went up with the plate and then they served it. I'm sure there's the options though for them to actually bring the food to the table as well. So unless you are thinking you want to use a local business in town, like a local restaurant to do it, I just don't think that they're going to have the manpower to staff serving
Yeah.
is the only problem.
Like, if we could do Reggiano's, but that's a busy time of the year.
Yeah.
Snowfall, so
Yeah.
that's gonna be tough.
Especially closer to
Weird
Christmas.
stuff is an option if they are interested, but I think we would have to pretty much pick a specific
And
menu.
Yes, that's
we have
correct.
those in the past too. You're standing there for a long time waiting for your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I
And
think
they can do it like the other company does it by delivering it,
Yeah.
that would be, you know, really.
And you just saw the butter strippers that they have. Rather than.
I mean, technically, yes. Yes, is the short answer for that. Yeah, we could. But so essentially they would be there with the food and then plate it and then the volunteers would bring it to the tables. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you're thinking places might not have enough staff to do the waitressing in.
Right, just if we use the local business. If we use a local business, they won't have the staffing to do that.
they're busy.
Yeah.
I just don't know, should we check them first, just? Do we make the correct?
I don't think we need to be doing things correct. They're doing that. They've told us before, you know, that they're bland
Mhm.
with things with the now snowing going on downtown. I don't think, I mean, I think at another time it would be fine, but, but, so you said, what was the other one besides Premier?
Cocktails catering. We used them for the annual meeting. All those appetizers was through them.
It's gonna be tough for anybody this time of year.
Yeah.
so That's why we have to get in. My other thing is that Finn's, if I recall correctly, they gave us like multiple options of
Mhm.
choices last year.
Yeah.
Competency choice.
Yeah, they made us Christmas. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, rather than we don't have time to come back to us.
No,
I would say go back to what the menu was last year. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely not.
I did put the menu down.
And then people
Yeah.
make it on every table too, so they could go up and know what they want.
Oh, okay.
I would around and put it on tables.
Goldfish.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Eugene is exactly right. I think that the problem with that, well, there was too many choices.
Mhm.
I would cut,
No, we cut it down
We
to
did.
the original.
okay, yeah, we did,
Yeah,
but
we cut it down to, I think, maybe like 6 choices. There was like a burger, a turkey sandwich.
I think it was really good because everyone, the staff got lunch, everything, and then we did family style and started eating each other's food. It was really good.
Did they have any like gluten-free vegetarian
Yeah,
options?
please point that out.
Okay.
You're saying that the committee wanted an allergy friendly.
Yeah, I think that's, we've been on that train and I think we need to stay on it for all the events.
They did do a
Vegan.
Yeah.
Yes, that too.
vegan and the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Evidently, based on what the feedback from the Founder's Day, I think that's really
Yeah.
a good thing to think about. And I think that if you go back to the menu, or they can send it to you,
Mhm.
and we go with that, don't change it much. I mean, if you want to eliminate something, fine, but I would.
they went to fry later. I mean, they were frying stuff over there.
Wow.
That was the popular part.
Yeah, they.
That was all the fried stuff that they make. I think it was like mozzarella balls or rice balls or something. It was really good. Fried mac and cheese.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Deb, do you have on here saying how many?
Wontons.
Last year?
It said 81 tables, there's over 562 people.
Okay, so my point of that is that they seem to have so much, I don't know if we used the volume they had, but I was gonna say, should we like say, we're planning on having 500 people?
Mhm.
We have to understand this, people still are bringing their stuff too, so do we say to accommodate 400 people?
I would tell them did last year.
Yeah, they did.
I would say
They
based on
used for,
what
they
they
used
did
for
last year.
they will have, they will.
Expect the same amount of people as last year,
Mhm.
so then they can look back and see, maybe.
Yeah.
You want to undersell it so they get the real, because we're going to get numbers close to what we had for Spooky, I have a feeling. This is the same size setup.
For
So-
holiday? No, this is
This
for
is the
holiday
concert.
concert.
Yeah.
The
I
concert.
still think we're going to
We're not
get.
gonna have 30 people.
I'll
We
get
do,
the-
we see it for 30.
So the menu, the records and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's great.
So they know what's going on, and what it's going to be.
Oh, no, no, no.
How do we know how many?
We need to find out their.
I think that was based on attendance, not necessarily tabletop.
Okay.
I think, right?
Just, we were so over the food last week.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That was. Just to go back for a minute, just about Friday,
Mhm.
I hope, well, I wish we'd been able to give food to the guests too, because we're basically explaining to them, oh, you can have the food, but your guests can't. There's so much food to.
Yeah, and the thing with that was we wanted it to be specifically special that the residents get something versus, and everybody I explained that to thought that was amazing. They had nothing bad to say about it. The reason we had so much left over is because we went off of last year's numbers versus kind of the 500 number, which is what we're looking at probably for something like this, but. Yeah, yeah.
I don't need to blame it on the advertising.
Mhm.
People need to know they're getting food.
Right, yeah, that's what we mentioned, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and
And also there was an event.
if the guest is paying $5,
Mhm. For Holiday Fest,
yeah.
they would, yeah, they get, I mean,
I mean, $5. Oh, who didn't get it? The Founder's Day people did?
yeah, we were just talking about Founder's Day.
It's weird.
But the odd thing was there wasn't, like, either everybody brought the food with them, like, even like Celia's whole group brought their own food, yeah.
And just come, whatever, they did not know there was still getting food.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure, pay.
Yeah.
They had some of our food.
But I will say we didn't receive any negative feedback regarding just Because everything else was included. But the one, we just wanted one thing that was special to those residents, and that was the free food. But everything else, the guests got to be included on enjoying, so,
Residents didn't know. it was-
right, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm, I agree.
Okay, so donate the extra rental.
Like a lot of the band took some, we did end up at the end giving it to like the residents with their guests, like most people took a bunch home. So, yeah, so it all still went back to, but there was nothing left by the end of the night, if that's answers your question. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, no, we gave it right back to the residents.
Oh, no.
Oh, and I think something we have to think about, is there a way to get like a master schedule of events so that maybe we won't be double scheduling events?
Like to what, yeah, well,
You know, like
so,
Friday, there were 3 things.
yeah,
Friday night, there were 2 things. Holiday Fest is the same night as the
Mhm.
foundations thing, you know, like, I think we need to start
I think that
trying to.
the problem with that is there's no way for us to go to the school and go, all right, what do you got coming up for 2026? When it comes to those smaller entities. We are partnering very closely with Lexan as well as the foundation for 2026 within our calendar on just like, all right, this is the date of the foundation's whatever, we're not gonna plan something. So nothing for next year that we have right now aligns on the same date as any of the big entities. We don't know about the smaller ones like the schools and the clubs that are in town and things like that, because that's just not manageable to do.
Did we book ours first based on budgeting?
Mhm.
We need to get ours booked first, and then people check out on our day.
Yeah,
And that's.
because I think Artisan had a Friendsgiving the night of Founder's Day.
What's the schools?
Yeah.
They do it at ours.
Mhm.
And then like, you know, the library and there's something.
Yeah,
And it was spooky something,
yeah.
and I'm like. You know, like,
I will say we have been getting some feedback regarding maybe steering away from Friday nights for events and moving to Saturday nights for our bigger ones due to the amount of extracurricular activities a lot of these kids are having nowadays. And yeah, and all of the other events that go on in town, most of them are those Friday nights. So we might want to look at that for next year for like the bigger ones like Spooky Soiree and, you know, well, not Founder's Day will be on the Saturdays, but we might want to think about that. Obviously, I think in the past, it was more of the staff would have to come in and actually, I don't want that to be even a thought anymore. We don't care. So we want to put on the best for the residents. And if that involves coming in on a Saturday, we want to do it. Whatever date is going to be better is best for us.
The only thing with Saturdays is it's really busy downtown trying to do parking and stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, it really is. So like putting stuff then around holidays will be forget, no one will be able to park in.
I mean, that's
So-
kind of how it is always.
No, I mean, it's big.
Yeah.
It's really, I'm like, really concerned. Conservation too.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is Lakeside's gonna be open. Yeah, Lakeside will be open for, maybe that's something we can think about of monitoring.
What?
Like, maybe, I mean, sounds like a lot, but maybe you have to show your holiday concert ticket or say your last name before going through. We monitor for the people that get to park down there.
It amazes me that people who drive by the sign that says residents only and walks by the sign that
Mhm.
say resident. I never came in this park.
Yeah.
Until I got married.
So it's something to think about. I know that sounds like a lot and like I feel like it would back up. Maybe trying to monitor who gets to park in Lakeside during this holiday concert. Like, because you have now snowing going on as well. You're gonna have people, it does say
Closed. Streets gonna be closed.
for the concert, not for the concert.
For the best,
There's nothing going on in the parking lot.
the concert.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very safe.
I thought it was his birthday.
Yeah.
This isn't for holiday fest. This is for holiday concert. Yeah, because we don't have anything except for the concert going on.
They don't say, you can shut it down, you can park it. Yeah, so, and it's like, this stuff's not gonna
I
notice
thought
that.
all our events, what about bathrooms, by the way?
Like what?
Leaving them open again, are we gonna close them? Are we gonna, it's.
Did you-
We didn't ask about it, but I guess if it's just the concert, then people use their cards.
That's what we did for Founders. They
Yeah.
still had to use their cards to get into the bathrooms. Now we are able to control the time that we can lock those bathrooms, because I know that was an issue where it was always closing at 8 o'clock. But now, the IT department is able to kind of target those bathrooms to leave them open for residents to scan their cards in past 8 p.m.
Yeah, they need to make sure we have that there. All right, let's go back one more time on the goods. So we're gonna look at fins, look at the same menu. If they're not available and they are booked for another event, we're going to talk to
Like one of the catering
one of the two
cocktails,
caterers
yeah.
with the same sort of menu, and then we can come up with something and blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Okay, just want to show you Debbie Jackson sent this. This is the flashy blinky light play.
Oh, cute.
They're cute. It's a
Oh, that's cute, yeah.
that's a 12.49, so that's like what, $2 a piece or something?
What's the measurement?
So we're doing
They're usually about this big. They're usually about that big.
Oh, it's about 12 inches.
Yeah,
Okay, it's about a foot.
but that's within our budget, I think. So I just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so anything else you have on the concert thing? Anybody else can think of anything?
I'm so confused, but the holiday concert is down at Bayside.
Yes.
It's not out here anymore?
No.
Because there was a reason. So the company, when we picked them, if you remember, too, they have this, what do you call it?
Like a custom built
A custom
stage set.
stage set. And they came out here and looked at both
Mhm.
places. There it works. See, if we either do it here, we have to go out to another company, get staged, the lighting, blah, 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 blah. But they always said that they could make this custom built thing, and they were fine with doing it there, so that's what we did.
Bayside.
Well, last year, what's this year, what's, oh, we also have to talk about, make sure we get the fire thing, heater.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're actually so excited to use
Yeah,
them.
the-
They're really pretty, so they actually work.
Nice vibe to it. too,
Yeah.
So anyhow, it is gonna be there. And this worked best for them, this particular company. And we don't, I just,
It seems like we get a lot of people out there. Can we fit that?
What's it for around the same?
It is about the same.
62. Okay. All right, anybody else, anything else? So what about snowballs? Would that from? Eugene, what's the snow?
Movie.
Oh, for the movie.
If it's okay, I didn't miss the Jack Frost movie, you still doing that?
We are still doing Jack Frost. The only change to November's movie, I don't know if I don't think we were able to say this before, but we got a phone call from the rights company. The studio that produced Wicked pulled the rights for anybody to be allowed to show any of the Wicked movies, because that's the same night the movie's coming out. So unfortunately, we are not able to play Wicked next week. So we changed it to the 2025 film of How to Train Your Dragon, the live action one. So that's the only difference. And we're still doing Jack Frost for December.
Yeah,
So we talked about, when I grew up, they used to have this Rocky Road picture, Rocky Road picture show. Brian would do all gold and stuff. We thought we'd try to interact with the kids, only if everybody's okay with it. All the sponsors will pitch in and buy all these balls. We found them on bulk.
I think it's fun.
When the snowball scene comes on, we'll pre-announce it for everybody to put their beverages below the table. And it's probably like 2 minutes, maybe less. just to try to get rid of the engagement
Mm-hmm.
for a couple minutes.
I would record that. That would be hysterical.
Is there anything that could go really wrong? Like I always say, it sounds like a great idea, things.
Well-
One could be,
I technically bought these for summer breakout last summer. And because we had, one of our week themes was Winter Wonderland. And it was like week 1 or 2. And I bought a bunch of these on sale and the kids just threw them and threw them in
So-
hours. And not one kid cried because they can't hurt.
But if you have a wide table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll not be, they're not full, so we just have to let everybody know. There's going to be a couple hundred snowballs flying in, and just hold on.
And we can do a pre-announcement too, when we talk about the sponsor as well.
I sponsor, I'm thinking of sponsor, I'll let you know about those, and we're coming, so if you want to have 10 movies this year, I sponsor for all.
Yeah, we're planning on selling popcorn and hot chocolate to raise a little bit extra money too.
Okay.
Yeah. Is this a Jack Frost?
Yes.
Yeah,
oh, my.
no one's gonna object to us showing that.
Yeah.
So,
And I love this.
Yeah,
So is that goals, I go,
yep, that's great. Good with us.
so when is the Jack Frost movie?
December 12th. December 12th.
Okay. How many should I get?
I'll get 100.
I was gonna say,
How much?
probably 100.
100? That's all.
100.
Yeah, the last movie we had
So
like.
just remember,
12.
we gotta pick them up and then.
Yeah, I think you need more now.
in the house?
About a couple hundred.
Oh, there's only 24 in there. You do like 2.
You can tell them they can take them home now.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take these hustle.
Gonna take a month.
200?
Yeah, that's good.
Good job.
Oh,
That'll be really fun. Good try.
Donald said that if you need her for anything, she's Jen.
All right.
Times that was two start time? Start?
Did we say that was still,
Oh,
it's not 6:30 anymore because
It's
of the
not?
time
the
change.
daylight savings time, it's pitch black.
Yeah.
So I think it's 6.
We have, I will double check. I forgot because for the last movie, it was 6:30 and it was still bright outside. So I don't remember, actually, no, then that means 6:30 would be fine now. So it's 6:30. It is 6:30. I can't keep up with all these time changes.
Yeah, it's.
Right, yeah, 6:30.
Yeah, the tennis court lights coming on. Oh
I
my gosh, it's like, that's something. All right, I think we did everything on that. Sounds good. Okay, we're gonna work on the flashing things red and blind,
Mhm.
and we're gonna change the 4 tables, just
Yep.
rounds and. we're good. Okay, Pepsi and Pints.
All right, so there's just a few things that I wanted to discuss. I think the number one thing, I wanted to hear feedback as well as we will have to vote on this as well regarding vendor fees. So it's vendor fees for committees specifically. The dog park committee wants to set up a booth to sell merch, as they typically do. But because the precedence we were trying to set is that we have to treat all vendors exactly the same. And that includes like the celebration businesses equally too. So for example, Amy still had to pay the regular vendor fee like everybody else to sell her things. So this is a committee versus a business. That's the reason I wanted to discuss it. Do you think that other committees, if they're selling and being, selling on our event property essentially, do you think they should have to pay the vendor fees like everybody else, aka the $75 without a tent or $100 with a tent? What, no,
We give them chance, selling the shirts and stuff.
that's Campus Custom.
Oh.
That's a business, not, I'm talking committee specifically. So if there's a,
Do we pay to have you there selling the t-shirts and stuff?
Do they pay us?
we're in a contract with them.
Do you pay to be there? I know you're part of here, but are you, but so are you,
Like, all right, so you're saying when we sell like Celebration Hourly, like when,
yeah, does that?
no, because it's not a committee. We're not, he's as Chris, as a staff member of town hall.
We sell Celebration Monopoly for Croa. And those funds go back, right back into CROA. We sell for CROA, they go back into CROA. But if it's a committee looking to put it in their own account, that committee does,
It's coming back to the dog.
Right, but they would be selling,
Do this.
they are the only committee that,
So it's a one-off type of thing.
but did they do multiple events last year?
They
like-
did sell stuff like
Yeah.
that to them last year.
And at food trucks, they also
Yeah, they
usually would
sell
pop up and stuff as well.
Scarves and
Yeah.
their stickers and stuff.
How much is a table?
So for this one, it's $75 without a tent and 100 with a tent.
I say in-house committees, not business, in-house committees, no. I say the dog park, no, they don't pay a fee, actually, that's nice to have them come out there and do that. But, yeah, in-house committees, in-house CROA things, that's all, goes back. So, I mean, ultimately, I would say no.
That's going back to the community,
It's going back to,
exactly, you know, they use that funds to buy swimming pools and stuff like that for the dogs, so. I don't think we should charge them. $100 a
In
lot.
the house, no, if it's like, you know, the dancers or the, I don't know about that, I mean, the, you know, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Scouts, and Bright.
Yeah.
Those types of groups, I think it's a little different.
Mhm.
But-
Yeah, I just wanted to nail this one down specifically with committee base, just because I know they do set up a lot in, like a lot of our events. So I just wanted to make sure that we were all in a consensus on.
Scourge, if we did.
do they ask to be there?
They just assume, yeah.
No, they should ask. Maybe you should just show up your table and set up.
You have to approve.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you know they're coming, so with that,
Right.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
provide the tent?
We do provide the tent
Set it.
and set it up for them.
I don't think they should just show up, but yes.
Yeah, well, they tell us ahead of time that they are going to be at a specific event.
I don't think they should tell, they should.
We could always see.
What's your opinion on this?
I mean, I do agree, obviously they are a part, it is CROA, you know, we're all one. But again, I'm on the same page where it is, I would like to know ahead of time and, you know, ask instead of just assume
Yes.
that they, you know, because again, they are collecting funds, they do have their own budget. That has, you know, that is kind of there for them to do kind of stuff like this, so
Make the request to you, to management.
Yes.
they can do that.
I think
I
that,
think that's,
I think that for just any of us, all committees,
right.
it should be a precedent.
And I think too,
Because they can't just,
I think if requested, they want a table, one table, 2 chairs, a tent.
Yeah,
And then the time frame. I think if they're going to come, they need to be there for the entire time. Don't just pick up and leave an empty tent. They need to stay for the entire time.
because they do also utilize our Square, our POS system to sell. So that's also one thing away from the event that we'll be able, because now we also have to sell for the Swift Paws. We're gonna have to sell for the 30th merch. So we only have so many and they're not allowed to take cash. So, just that's another piece to think about. So I do like that idea. Maybe at the beginning of the years, maybe they can, you know, send in their form. Maybe we as a committee take a look at it and we choose, you know, yes, yes, yes. And maybe, you know, a second option or a backup in case, you know, and then maybe we can decide as a whole together.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Good little discussion.
And then finally, for Pups and Pints itself, I just wanted to start nailing down specific activities as well as the entertainment. So I did attend so Hamlin put on a pet fest not too long ago, and I did go to it. And they had something that was actually really funny to watch, and it was a peanut butter eating competition for the dogs, where they were in a big circle with those little dots that were on the ground, and each contestant got a spoonful of peanut butter on a plastic spoon, and the dogs would just, whoever could eat their peanut butter first was the winner of the contest. And they did that like 4 different rounds. And I thought that was really funny. And that would be actually a cool way to gain some more donation money towards the pet rescue as well.
So
So
you have to pay to participate.
maybe it's like a donation base of like, it could be anything from $1 to $2, whatever they got. That's essentially what a lot of the stuff that we want to do. So even the pup cups, donations accepted, for specifically the pet rescue by Judy.
Yeah, and if you could have like one of those, I think we have some of those, by the way, those square things. And then just, they assign it for the peanut butter eating contest. And they put their donation in that plastic
Right.
bag. And then they get the specific spoon for
Mhm.
that.
Yeah. And so I know that we definitely were gonna do the musical chairs as well, because I know that was really fun to watch. I think between those two, like hosted activities, that there is a lot kind of going on, but we'll need somebody that's able to host those activities. So that's why I wanted to talk about those entertainment options. I'm not sure if a band is gonna fit with where we're going this year with this event, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know, because they're gonna wanna do sets of, 45 minutes here, and then how do you put in games, a hosted game every now and then as a band, So I feel like a DJ, yeah, I feel like a DJ is gonna be,
Roaming ones?
No,
The DJ
Bubbles?
No, not DJ Bubbles, the one that we were talking about before, you was father daughter, that came that. We had them at the end of something, was it end of Pups and Pies last year? The ones that the DJs, that they are entertainers too.
Oh, the clowns.
Yes.
oh, the class clowns.
Yeah.
What do they, what's their actual, because I'm not familiar with them, so just kind of tell me what their actual, I guess, talent is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny, and they do like, it's
So if we wanted them to just be on the stage to do like music, I think that's why we were trying to talk just DJ wise to kind of say, because we added all of these extra activities, which does cost money, obviously. We are still working on finding sponsors for Pups and Pints, but I can still reach out and at least get a price point for something like this, because I do know when you ask like entertainers like that to host as well for a lot, as well as their talent, it does cost a lot more money than if you just do a DJ that can host, if that makes sense.
They hosted whatever they did, then,
Yeah.
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 We said, we had them at the end to do something, and then we said, oh, we have to have them back, because they
they
were
were
really
really good.
for a short period of time. Was it fun?
No, we keep talking about putting them in father daughter.
Well, okay, no, I'm just gonna jump back on the thing, when we have the Pups and Pints, and it's the period of time that we have, we've always had, we've always had a band out there, I mean, for people to come and sit, they sit there and they hang out.
Because there's if there's a beer garden too, that's, that's the old part of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you can think about both in a sense, because they are, I mean, the band would have to take a break.
Yeah.
It's just honestly gonna be about what the price is gonna look like with doing, a DJ or whatever it may be, the class clowns and having a band and having one versus the other. So I'll gather those price points and we can reconvene the next.
Also, when you're hosting the contest, you might want to think about doing it by size of dogs. I'm just
Oh, yeah,
thinking, like,
then the costume contest, so it's a lot.
Licking peanut butter versus little Pomeranian.
Right. Yeah,
I told it if my daughter's.
yeah,
Great DJ.
Yeah.
yeah,
So some things to think about.
yeah, that's a great point.
Those kind of things.
Yeah,
And signage for those, because I don't, back in the day, we, years ago, we had our pumpkin pie eating contest, and we had got these pies, and I mean, we couldn't even keep the pies going on that, I mean, the people love that type of thing, so I mean, this sounds fun, but we have to figure out how to
like you said.
execute it.
Yeah.
Start with little spoons, bigger spoons, giant spoons, somewhere,
I mean, I think it's just about sizing, you know, you get the little dogs, you know, up until a certain amount of weight.
Do it, do it by
Yeah.
pounds, do it by pounds.
Check the sign up.
Right.
Says peanut butter, you can also musical chairs and.
Yeah, yeah.
Big smile.
Like eight cream stuff.
Small dogs under 30.
Yeah.
Big dogs over 30.
Mhm.
Yeah, we could do two different, yeah. Melody?
Are you still bringing that chase horse?
Yes.
It's over.
Yeah.
You didn't sign up for that.
Yes, yep, signups will be happening on site.
Okay, cool.
And you pay to,
Yeah, right.
participate.
Mhm.
The other ones will be just donations.
Right. And even, cause Susan obviously is doing the beer garden, even she said something like $1 of every beer sale, she'll also give back to the nonprofit, so. We are gonna get like one of those big checks that you can find to write on, we're hoping to do a check presentation at the end of the event to Pep Scheme with the final.
Okay, perfect. That's a lot of work. I'm telling you. So, we'll keep working. What, do you want to move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
July 4th and
Yes, so the reason that I brought this up, we've had audio exchange for a long time. That's kind of their residency show, was their July 4th. I don't know if you noticed, but downtown also for their Rocktoberfest used audio exchange too. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because I'm thinking of a good way to not only just attract more people into celebration, but to also change things up. The M80s had, like I said, I put down some comments, that was some feedback that we received regarding it, and it was the band, the M80s was fantastic. I go to Epcot all the time. I hope you guys can hire them again, like 4th of July, Founder's Day, etc. Somebody else said, I've been waiting years and hoping that Celebration would finally book them. So everybody, I mean, just said that over and over again. So I did reach out. They love being in Celebration. They have 6 other bids out right now for them on July 4th, but they want to move us to the top if we want to book them for July 5th. That would be really big for their fan base because they accidentally posted Spooky Soiree as a public event on their end. When I had to ask them to take it down because it wasn't public, their fans went ballistic about it. And they were like, why can't we come see you? So they would be able to also advertise on their end and we would get a big crowd for them specifically. So I wanted to see how you felt about changing it up a little bit in that sense of having maybe M80s as the main act for July 4th versus having audio exchange.
M8s for a fire explosion.
Yeah.
You know, they were just so good, like even doing the costume contest.
Yeah,
you know,
they
their
loved
banter
that.
Was so fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got personality.
Can they nurse red, white, and below it? Like.
Oh, yeah, they would do anything, honestly. That's what Kirsten said, who's their booking person. She was like, we will hold this date for you. I said, we have to vote on it first because that does have to go to the board as well. So she's actually holding it until the board meeting that could vote to make this go through. So that's what we are thinking. It is.
I would like to see them wearing flag, something.
Oh, yeah, something red, white, and blue. I know they will.
Yeah, white,
Statue of Liberty. Wait, they can all be Statue of Liberties,
Yeah,
all across the board.
Yeah, and this is gonna be downtown.
this would be that, yeah, they would be downtown and they've worked with Axis before. So I already found the quotes for both ends and we're able to manage doing both of having the M80s and Axis working with the sound and everything. So we're actually golden on that end.
Should we move forward with the M8s?
Second.
Discussion?
Second.
Any more discussion? You got anything else? We're good? Okay, all in favor?
Me too. Always Are we still having the same fireworks as last year? Because that was.
No, that-
Oh, you missed that. So,
Up front.
yeah, no, that's okay.
I'm sorry. Change, I used to teach on Wednesday.
No, you're okay. Garden State, that was our company for 17 years. They are no longer shooting fireworks in Florida. So we did have to put a bid. I know, but I have high hopes for this new one, this new company. They do a lot of like the Winter Garden, City of Oviedo, Jacksonville, Altamont Springs. So they do all their fireworks shows. So they're really, really excited to work in Celebration because one of them is retiring and moving into this town. So he said this was on their list. Yeah. That's Founders.
Oh, yeah. We were originally talking about it instead of fireworks.
No.
Yes, yes.
Never been 4th of July.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, anything else on that you need to talk about for now?
No, not for July 4th.
Sign verbiage at event.
Okay, so we, again, this is something that we as a committee need to just vote on, because we noticed this a lot at Dueling Pianos. It was actually unbelievable, the stuff that we were witnessing. We had kids, like small kids, just running and beating each other up and tackling each other right in the front during Dueling Pianos. And all their adults were just sitting at the tables, not looking at them at all. They were just watching and letting them hit each other. They were throwing our signs out, like it was out of control. So we wanted to potentially get some where we put up at all of our events for signs. That's almost like a children must be monitored at all times during the event, because that allows us to hold the parents accountable. Because without that, we get told, well, they're fine. I'm right here. No, you have to monitor them.
We get snapped at if we say something to someone else's child without signage.
For many years, is the other thing was, we used to have adults, and some of them probably still true, would email us after the events and say, I'm not coming back if you can't crowd. The whole idea of us doing that was where we came up with the crafts in the back.
Right.
You know, and I know somebody talked about doing, those cornholes. No, it has to be as quiet, it has to be a quiet thing for them to do in the back. And the whole purpose of us doing the things in the back was to try to get the kids from the
Yeah.
front to the back. So that's why we did that. So yes, and actually, I mean, I used to sit up there on the stage and I used to yell and tell them to go, no, you're not allowed up here. Then we have other ideas of what we try to do is to try to keep, do you put a barricade there so that they can't get, because they were on the children's pianos one year, they just
Oh, yeah.
and tripping over the people's equipment.
Mhm.
So it's dangerous and it's just inappropriate in all fashions. And it's not safe.
No, which is why we stepped in, but we got yelled at they said, you come to me, they're fine, I'm right here.
No.
Yeah, but we don't know who the parents are because the kids are all over the lawn.
And there's people in the audience that are watching and they don't like it. And they have reached out to us and told us, I'm not coming back again.
Remember the old.
Because I'm not coming back again because it's disruptive and we can't even hear the people.
Yeah.
So we have to do something.
And that's exactly what we're seeing when we have events that are geared towards adults and we don't have a kids area.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's just, I mean, we're doing good on having kids areas now, but we don't always have money for that.
We still need the signs.
Right, this is what's gonna
You
hold
guys
us
have to agree.
accountable.
Yes.
Yeah, and
You put children, permitted beyond this point.
Our lawyers.
I was like, we were already speaking with the lawyer just to make sure the verbiage was acceptable and it was allowed. This is what he approved, was the children must be monitored at all times.
We could use these words.
Well, don't say I have.
I know,
That was the big issue today.
The which one?
Children.
so
I'm 12 years old, I have my ticket, and I'm gonna bring these four guests.
technically 12, if you are allowed to go get a CROA ID and you have one, you are technically allowed to walk around by yourself. Yeah, So it's 12 and up is an adult with a pro ID.
Well,
And
the
it-
concern is that they said I am monitoring them.
I know. Mhm.
Really, you know, and up and down on stage and so on and so. That's why we have the one set,
Mhm.
but, I'm just not sure if that's strong.
Strong enough, yeah.
See, I'm just looking at this as the front gate, because that seems to be where I remember most of the time, but,
Yeah.
well, this is a picture of my mother's ID. Where is your mother? Oh, she's having dinner at the tavern, I'm here. Can you call your mother? We had one mother insisting that the child was only 11. The child is telling us she's 13. She's coming in with a picture of her mother's ID. So we're going to make some hard and fast rules because the parents need, and I don't mean right at the gate, I mean ahead of time. Anyone under 12 needs to be with an adult, anyone over 12, you know, wherever we want.
So additional check-in signage
Just.
first, yeah.
I mean, it could be, yeah, and also making I hate to say event rules social post, but having something that is put out that lists like, did you know? Anybody under the age of 12 must be with an adult at all times during the event, like things like that. I
The
think.
Monday matters thing.
Mhm. But we just have to be in a consensus on, yes, do we want it or no, do we not? We can bring that up to Lauren so that she can go back to the lawyer just to say like, is there something stronger that we can put on the sign for it?
Well, children's big.
Yeah.
I think it's more the monitoring. As a parent, I'm monitoring, maybe, I'm seeing it, just
Right.
Be more, children must be related to, I'm saying inappropriate, or whatever.
appropriate behavior.
I say,
Yeah, but what's appropriate?
You may not be appropriate to me because we have two different cultures.
That's.
and that's the monitor. Like to have children not allowed in this area.
For the 18 and up events, we can do that, but we can't discriminate against the kids over.
Things on them.
So that's what I was getting to. I do have a comment about that right after we finish. Yeah, it's on a different type of sign. Let me say we'll just put under 12. We'll specify the age on that. Yeah, Officer Jerry, him and I were actually having a conversation about signage at events. More specifically, it was due to the new laws that passed with open carrying and anybody can bring weapons wherever they want type of thing. So he was saying that he suggested that we have a sign, we are private property, so we are allowed to put out a sign that says no weapons of any sort are allowed on Crowa property, like at all, essentially.
Exactly. Is.
But without that sign, technically, if they wanted to right now, somebody can walk in, like there are some places that allow people to carry it, they just can't see it. They don't want to see it.
You said like public? Yeah, I don't know. I've seen it too.
Yeah. But we are allowed to make that rule of saying at our events, you can't have it on you, period. So this is what I mean by the verbiage at events is this is what I need voted on, that if we agree that we want these kind of signs to be at our events at all times, that's a vote that we will have to make.
Well, I mean, if there's someone that comes on site that isn't gonna pay any attention to the rules and comes on site with a gun and does something, it's nice to have someone with a concealed weapon to be able to stop them.
I know but that's why we have deputies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's.
Yeah.
That's their job.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody has a concealed weapon, does that apply to them? Yeah.
Yes, because
Yeah,
it's private
You're on
property.
private property, so it still applies.
We just still have to have, Officer Jerry was saying he can't enforce that if we don't have something out there.
You can enforce
He
it.
can if we have a sign.
How do we have a problem? We're trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist.
I think we're just trying to get ahead of it.
Right, yes.
Because this is a rule that is Crowa-wide, even downtown has the same rule. It's just one that's not, it goes unspoken, I guess, of a rule that we have.
I think that's above the eighth grade. I think that should be a board decision and not ours.
Okay.
Well, I think you need to take it to them maybe, but I think that
It should be.
Well, this one's ours.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine.
So he-
My question was referring to Jerry, he thinks that sign,
yeah.
and then they're done.
See, my,
And
right, the thing about children should be honored all the time, like Chris, you just said, there's a difference between what one will think, I'm monitoring them, they're running around and disrupting whatever. And then the other ones will say, yeah, I get it. So I mean, there's the word monitor could be this, could be that. My question is, there's something,
Supervised.
yeah, well, I like that a little bit better.
You need to have
Step back.
fathers, people with an infant, 5 and 6 year olds alone in like
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
crazy things. So like, you know, he thought that was appropriate.
Mhm.
You know, my friends are like, so we now have to watch these kids?
Yeah.
It's almost like
And,
it's just
you know,
behavior.
It's like the things that go on, like I'll never have done with my children. But
That's what I'm saying.
it's a different,
I like the word supervised better than monitor.
Yeah.
Jeff,
Oh, I got
What does that mean?
It's gonna tell you.
What kind of pride?
Actually, like unsupervised children will be asked to leave.
whoa, better yet.
I mean,
Yeah, that, I've seen that.
yeah, I have as
I mean,
well.
that's like going from 1 to 10 kind of fast.
Yeah.
That's,
Start.
I mean, I'm old school,
Yeah.
but that's
That's not as popular as it used to be.
Do we want to start with like the children under 12 must be supervised at all times during the event? Do we want to start there, see if that helps?
Yeah.
If anything, we can always revisit and say, okay, no, we need something stronger.
I mean, if you want to still keep your signs and say, please stay off the stage or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
all the little
We
yard
still-
signs, we're
yeah.
still gonna keep those. Yeah.
This is just to put like honestly right at the front of the lawn
To let people
because
know
you
that we're
can't.
paying attention.
Clarification, Council, did you say they're not allowed to have, guns in town?
There, yeah, no, at any of the events. So no open carry of any weapon of any sort is allowed.
In town, that's already a rule?
That's, so they don't have signage. This is something that Officer Barry and I were just talking about on the side when he was at one of ours and he was like, well, did you think about, you know, the new law that just passed? And I was like, actually, no. That anybody is allowed to carry any sort of weapon at any time.
If it knows.
A concealed weapon.
Disney now says that.
Yeah.
Permits?
No, with,
So concealed is now permitted anywhere in Florida.
unless it's private property and they've made this sign that says, or they say it over, you know, the speaker, it's up to the property.
Right.
This is not something that's like we don't have to because the whole world is following it. We are only allowed to make that rule because it is private.
It's like you to take, to write to the board and to say that this was brought up as a discussion item of the committee, and the committee would like the board's recommendation
Yeah.
as to what to do for our events.
Have you had this discussion at any previous meeting?
Because it should be consistent, no matter who,
Mhm.
when, where.
Lexington's gonna have to come up with their own rules. You know, we've got our rules.
The only time we ever put it out is during 4th of July, and that's because it's downtown. So we do have signage that we have put out previously for every year, including last year's, that do say no weapons of any kind.
That's license rule downtown. So-
That was ours because that's a pro event.
Oh,
Yeah, 4th of July.
Lexington doesn't have anything in place.
I would have to talk.
Yeah, we're not, yeah.
Ask James, yeah.
Pro has nothing in place either,
Not yet.
not yet.
But it's a new law, so
Mhm.
I think it's worth bringing up to say now that there's this new law,
Mm-hmm.
any companies, properties, are putting signage up, what do we do?
Right.
And we do so many open public events. And we have to
And
discuss it.
unfortunately, that's just the world that we're living in, where events are targets. So we just have to be proactive.
Yeah.
Right.
I think our sign that we have that helps manage people and it's okay. It's good.
It is good.
It is good.
And
You
you
just, sometimes you just don't need to put it and hold it on back, but if you really need to put over that, that's all. Nothing like that, right?
Yeah, it is the only way that any, like, that's why we had to get an e-bike signs, because that's what deputies were saying was, yeah, you're telling me that we're not allowed to have the e-bikes, but you don't have a sign. So I can't tell somebody, no, you can't do that. So if we have the sign that says that, they are allowed to say, hey, you gotta go, or you gotta go put your, whatever it is in your car, you know.
So you have to have that in English and Spanish or just English.
I mean, I think that, for something like that, yeah. Even this, the children one, I would probably do English and Spanish, yeah,
Good point.
yeah, that is a great.
Marco, what do you think about the children being supervised?
I like to have that. It's not one that's hard, but it's good to have the sign that say, hey, you cannot do it, you cannot have a cultural plan. It's, we don't need to do it, yeah, and I should have, if needed. I mean, it's good to have those signs with it. And I will recommend only to put in English, not in Spanish, only English.
No, they're saying yes in Spanish, I think. But
Yeah, she speaks Italian and Spanish, but I like to have bigger in English than two small lines.
Yeah.
And then everybody has a translator or whatever,
so don't put it in Spanish.
not Spanish.
No,
If Portuguese, if I not in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Why not in Spanish?
yeah, that is true, that is true.
No,
Widely spoken here.
Yeah.
You do the picture of a gun and just put a.
The university.
that's.
Yeah, I mean, you can put that on there with all of them.
Yeah, it's a little offense, but yeah, it works.
I mean, that's.
That's not bad.
It's not.
That would be great, but I don't think signs are enough, I think it's not.
Mhm.
Your sign. is-
Just a heads up for everybody.
Yeah,
The kids being supervised.
right. I think it would be good to have that in like a Monday Matters. Did you know for events type of thing?
What for your kids?
It's the signs are too late, they're already there.
Right.
Signs are more for the outsiders who are showing too.
Well, I think that's more of a.
I have a metal detector at my house.
Huh?
I have a wand that metal detects people. That'll make them turn around and go back to the car.
I wish we could afford to do that, but.
We can, I can do it for free. You, sir, come here. Your butt knife's gotta go back in the truck.
It's me, all of our events that are at Lakeside should be shut down the roads, but I'm not gonna, we're gonna keep them open. That's just.
Yeah, for the ones that are just specific to just a concert. Cause, yeah, but obviously any of them that are like on, like we have anything on the roads, we always close, you know, the road down, but. Okay, so just to confirm, we are good on the children one, but we want to bring the weapon one to the board.
I think it's just having the signage there is just keeping us.
Yeah, it's holding us accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds people that we noticed. They're like, oh, look, this brand new shiny sign from Cunningham's. Oh, something must have happened.
So the signs though, that you know, that like type sign,
Mhm.
we have the art signs that say.
It keeps the same.
Is that the, you're gonna do the same for that?
It would be like an A-frame sign, so on like the sandwich board.
Yeah, and insert to the A-frame, it's like,
Right, but, should we have someone, I mean, I'm thinking on the stage, children, I mean, should we have those?
oh, the real estate signs.
Can we get a couple?
We can do that. All right.
Oh, wait, I just had a question. Maybe, even though kids 12 years old can have the passes, should they really be allowed to bring in 4 friends? Maybe kids should have rules than adults. That's. the
That gets
issue.
real confusing.
It's not all kids, but.
I know,
but
yeah.
having kids coming on the back of one person
Mm,
with no adult in sight, mom and daddy's, you know.
yeah, That's,
Can we do that?
that borderlines the discrimination.
Yeah.
Because we can't say, you know, like when I was 12, I was a lot more mature for my age than a lot of other people. So why would you tell one that, you know, is not like they're following the rules, they're all right, but you're still telling them, I can have this Proa card, but I'm not allowed to bring in my other friend.
They have a proper card, they can't go in the gym. There's certain things the younger pro cards don't let them do. Why is this different?
Well, I can't go in the gym either, unless I.
Yeah, just aim for it to
You have
get,
to sign a waiver
I
too.
sign the waiver.
right, but
I think it,
if the kids didn't, then they
No, I
can't.
think that is, am I right? The kids are not allowed to.
they're not allowed to bring guests into the gym.
I thought they were allowed to-
I'm honestly.
I'll let that school in the gym rules, gotta be honest.
It's big to do, but.
Yeah, you have to sign a waiver and pay $10 to go to the gym.
Yeah, you cannot bring.
So if you,
No.
like
That I
that,
know that.
everybody else might be, well, yes.
Mhm.
I know who's.
I mean, I do know that the guest policy is something that's been brought up a lot, like not even just within like our committee. I think it's a bigger discussion on, you know, numbers, because I know even the rec committee has talked about this kind of stuff too. So I think maybe we'll pause on the extra rules within like the, you know, 4 guests and whatnot, but it is being discussed. I do know that.
It's not all apples, it's apples, oranges, and
Mhm.
plum, right? It's one thing, gym has to have their rules. Yeah. Our events have to have the rules. A room or a place that has capacity has another set of rules. So I mean, it's a mixed
But
bag.
that's not discrimination, there's reasons for those, and that's why I'm saying for kids' tickets. Could that be part of the thing they can't do is bring in guests on their kid ticket?
But
Their moms and pop and add 4 other kids.
yeah, but what's the difference between if a 12-year-old has followed the rules and is perfect, or one who got his ID, why is a 12-year-old different than me? And then I can bring in 4 guests and he can't bring in 4 guests, that's sort of
Well, see,
discrimination.
he's different from you because you can't go to the gym.
But there's a difference, he could possibly get hurt from the gym by doing something incorrectly.
Yeah, the
He's
li,
not gonna get hurt.
it's the difference in the level of liability. There's no liability
Yeah.
in this event. I think that's what the difference is.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
Smashing your fingers in a weight is about 50-50.
I mean, they can go to the pool by themselves at 12.
Can they?
Oh, yeah, that's right, they can.
And they can go to playgrounds if they're
Or
locked.
can they bring in 4 friends? The friends aren't necessarily like.
Let me tell you, there are people who bring way more than 4 friends.
What was one kid or 8, 9, or 10 years?
Yeah.
Well, that's when the park monitors.
We
step in.
can't ask, like, if they tell us their age, we just have to believe them. It's the same as like service dogs, you know, you're not allowed to ask anything other than what service does your dog provide. Everything else is illegal, you can't ask it. So it's almost this, I know, it's crazy, but I definitely think it is a bigger discussion than just right here
I
on,
agree.
you know, guest passes and things. Alright, so just discussion, I really just wanted to maybe set a workshop date for the February events for father-daughter and if we're still doing the Mardi Gras theme the night before. Cause I know, you know, we've got quite the schedule for 2026. So I really wanted that time to kind of dissect what we've got thrown on the calendar right now as well. And then dive into those 2 February events, to see really what we want it to look like.
Clear,
Mhm.
laid out.
Yep. Which we can take the workshop there to do that too. Yep.
Or when do you want, what, do you want to go the day or 2?
I mean, I would probably suggest in like December, I would wait for after Holiday Fest if we can, so. Or is that too late?
I think that's too late. Cause if I thought we put tickets on.
I know, I just thought that, yeah, we do.
In December. Both of them.
So as far as November goes, we have on the 18th and the 21st. That whole week is essentially kind of out for us since we have two different events that week. So maybe the week of the 24th, Thanksgiving. And, yeah,
December.
so that would leave us December 8th. Is Monday. And then the 9th is our committee meeting anyways, so.
Oh, God.
Unless, I mean, that would be a long time for us, but we could do it 2 hours before the committee meeting. I know,
I think it's too much to accomplish on top of our regular stuff.
so maybe Monday, December 8th? Or,
What about the 17th of November? That's next Monday.
I'm good with that.
we have that ornament pop-up event on the 18th. So I know on the 17th, we have to decorate, we're busy
Oh.
decorating the village clubhouse.
That's right.
We gotta decorate the whole clubhouse.
Any other day that week? I'm just concerned, we gotta get the,
I know,
we gotta get the band, we gotta get it posted.
I mean, it's the 24th, no, that's cutting it.
It's not possible wait till January. There's so much happened between now and.
No, because we have to post that for the tickets.
We gotta post it for tickets.
I'm at a convention on the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st, so I won't be here.
Be here.
I mean, with the 24th, I know that that is the week of Thanksgiving, but it's that Monday before
We could all bring it in.
festive stuff.
We can do a potluck and get the business done for the potluck. That'd be kind of fun.
Or we could do December 1st.
That week out of the country, so I wouldn't even be able to call in. But I think we're gonna have a hard time finding a perfect date that each person can make.
Yeah.
Do without the majority.
December first, December second.
I know, then Carlos gone.
I could possibly do the first, but it's the day before loading, so.
Yeah, I mean, can we just give an hour?
Yeah.
An hour?
Yeah, on December 1st.
December 1st.
It's a Monday. What time works best for everybody? But is 2 o'clock still, or do we want to do it earlier so that, yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
10, 9?
It's-
I don't know.
Here,
Yeah, we'll do it in here.
Maybe at the same time.
He wants earlier. Can we do 10 AM? 10? All right,
Check with.
December 1st, 10 AM.
so. The time of it,
But 10, let's say 10 to 11:30,
Yeah.
as long as we can stay, but at least for the first hour,
Mhm.
everybody can
Alright.
give it out.
Keep looking this.
If you need to stay a little longer, can, if those who, you know,
So me, Alice is gonna bring lunch and stay, but that's what it says.
Listen, I always take care of you.
all right. Perfect. Okay, anything else? Does anybody else have any other items?
I have one thing, could we get, committee name tags? So when we're working an event, people know we're part of the committee.
That's good.
Someone like we're ripping the tablecloths off and stuff, they're not taking the bells as they need.
Yeah, that's actually,
It's actually good for everybody. I would.
pin. It's funny that you brought that up, actually. Since now, as of 2026, the volunteer program will be out of its pilot year. Permanent name tags, very similar to Give Kids a World, is something that I want to bring into it because we're using a lot of paper, just simply printing out lanyards. So this is something let me bring up and see.
The committee members, we would have the committees and special.
Right, special events committee.
Recreation, you have their own, like, and then I thought for the volunteers, they can just have one that said volunteer.
Right,
You know, so when we have volunteers, we give them one, so again, they're on it.
Right, like the lanyards we make per event.
You have nice standards to say volunteers.
yeah, but we're talking about like what that has your name on it.
If you would carry your real name tag with you to every,
Special
I thought that was the deal, when you gave us the first one at the luau to keep
Yeah,
lanyards.
keep the lanyard, that's exactly right.
And
Yeah, it was just for this year though, because they wanted to see how well it would go. Now that we think it's gonna stay, having something permanent is just more beneficial for us. Right, so yes, that's a great idea.
whatever's easier to make.
Yeah.
Because you got the lanyards, right?
Still. Yep. Great idea.
And also, I don't know if we're gonna do it this time, but at this date, but if we wanted to talk a little bit more about the FIFA soccer things and the Super Bowl thing
Mm-hmm.
and the cost to rent one of those.
Jumbotron.
And, what the schedules are, you know, here, would we do it here, would we do it down there? I mean, you still think, I mean, as I said, I sent you, I think it said the first rollout of tickets, were over 1 million tickets were sold
Yeah,
in one day or something like that. So I mean, it's gonna be a big, and I think it's good that it's our 30th too, because
right.
it goes along with everything. So maybe even if we can, you know, a couple of us can meet up with you to get some of your items, Margo.
I mean, we can put that on as an agenda discussion item.
I think it'd be good to fit in with.
Right. Yeah.
If we can, you know.
Instead of have a movie night, you can do like game night here, you can do screen,
Mhm.
with the fields, kids can play the round.
Oh, that's right.
I think we put, because we threw our kind of the 2026 calendar together with specific dates. We do have both of those. The Super Bowl one, we put, it's obviously on Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday, we put at Lakeside to test it. And then we have the FIFA here.
And the only problem, we know the dates yet for the soccer, and it
Mhm.
could be the specific date of the. like,
Right.
Nice in Spain, whatever else. We can
Yeah.
add something.
The dates that they're.
Yeah.
Determined, you know, it'd be really nice if it's a night game too someplace, so that we can do it at night, it would be fun, so.
Yeah, sometimes they have games in the afternoon or mornings, depending on the day of the week.
If you can get some afternoon, when you get the dates, we need to know what it's.
Okay, I have something I will also do.
Yeah, that's perfect.
We can play around, we can send it.
Yeah, maybe, you know, brainstorm. And then, I don't know if we have to brainstorm on anything else, to make up for the families.
Yeah, that's why, well,
We did take we took the holiday fest off the calendar.
Right,
So
yeah.
we're gonna use those funds next year for the other thing. So then, you know,
The one they also do here, right?
for next year or this year?
This year.
This year, it's at Lakeside.
The holiday. Sorry.
Second, motion to adjourn, I think first, I'm gonna read.
The holiday fast and the holiday concert, both of you inside.
Yes, that's correct.
and
Want to get balls passed in? We had it. Balls.
The point, if-
No.